Hello, Shamai, and welcome to the first episode of many, hopefully, of the Welshman's journey. And we're starting at Barrytown United. As you can tell by the title, I'm a little bit annoyed that the logo pack I have doesn't have the right Barrytown United badge. They have they have the old one, but essentially we're just going to go through a quick intro for the series, and then we're going to get into our first competitive game this season. So, a little bit of rules is we're going to make it realistic. It's kind of based off the Lujo's non-league to legend a little bit, not massively, but essentially we're going to try and make it realistic. We're only going to go to clubs that we could, like, we're not going to just randomly jot off to Romania if a club comes asking, unless obviously they pay us enough money for it. And obviously it's Welshman's journey. It's going to have a little bit of a Welsh theme, and that's why we're starting at Barrytown United. I did have a vote on Twitter, and it was between Carmarthen and Barrytown. And here we are at Barrytown United, a club steeped in history in Welsh football, currently in the JD Welsh Premier League, obviously, because we can't go lower than that. And you can see here they're back in their heyday when they won the league a lot of times, essentially. And then, due to financial worries, the club reformed, as you can see here, founded it back in 2013, and then successive promotions means that we're back in the Welsh Premier League. So we're going to try and move clubs, not too often, but I don't want to be at Barry for like 4 or 5 seasons. The first few clubs I'm going to be at, I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible and try and win as many trophies as possible and move on. And you can see in the little intro we've got, you'll be able to keep up with how many sackings, promotions, relegations, league titles, etc. that we've got. So we're going to take a quick look at the squad now. And you can see ability-wise, we've got some really, really good players in the squad for Welsh Premier League standard. Our best player being Curtis Watkins, who's a fantastic centre-back, but we're going to have to play him at right-back purely because we've got no one to play there. Ex-Cardiff and Cardiff youth product, never really played at Cinderford and has had 2 seasons at Barry, so we're going to be looking for him to lead our defence really. And then attackingly, we've got Reece James, Macaulay Southam and Kane McLagan, who are very, very good players. Kane McLagan last year at Merthyr, I think they're in the 7th or 8th division tier of English football, Merthyr. So a guy, again, steeped in history, has actually played in the Championship for Southampton. Most of his career in non-league and League 2, but he's a fantastic player for us. First season at the club, so we'll be looking for him to bang in the goals from the wing, and if not, provide Reece James with a lot of goals. And you can see here, Reece James is one of our best players, and if you look at the stats, they're really, really not the best. I mean, first touch 9, finishing 8 for our best striker. It's not really what you'd usually say is good, but it's the Welsh Premier League. And another thing as well I should probably show you is my stats. So I did put it on, first of all, I did suggested for this division, but then it gave me a Continental A license or B license, I think it was. And I thought, I can't start off with really, really good stats because there's no point. So I started, I think it was, National C license I started on because it suggested pro license, and I thought that's too much, but I didn't want to go all the way down to no badges because that's just not realistic, because to manage in the Welsh Premier League you do need some coaching badges. So everything is at 1 apart from tactical, which is at 5, mental 4, our player knowledge is 5, and motivating is 4 as well. I've already tried to get myself on a coaching badge course, but they didn't. The board didn't really like that. And if we take a quick look at our dynamics as well, for the first time in this game, I actually have good managerial support, but I'm not really sure why. Apparently, I've got a good reputation, and I have a lot of players already supporting me. And you can see here, there's there's no team leaders. There's only one highly influential player, and he's awful. Lee Jarman really isn't that good, and he's probably not going to play. So could cause a little bit of problems. And Kane McLagan is one that's definitely going to play. And our social groups then, just the usual stuff. A few players not in a social group yet. So if you take a look at how pre-season went, it went fairly well. We didn't really challenge ourselves much. Cinderford was probably the hardest game we played, and we won that as well. So we beat Splot 4-2, beat Caldecott 5-1, Cinderford 3-1, Langford 4-1, and Cwmbran 3-1. A lot of goals come in there in pre-season. I was very, very happy with that. And today we're not going to play our first game of the Premier League season. We're actually going to play the Nathaniel MG Cup first round against Caerau Ely, who are in Division 1, yeah, Wales, so a division below us essentially. Draw for the second round as well, so if we win, we get to play TNS. Yeah, so the chances of us winning this trophy is pretty much nil, because TNS, yeah, TNS in the next round. I don't even know what the prize money is for it. Let's see if we can find out. First round, no prize money. What about final? 10k. It's a decent amount of money. If we look at our finances, we're on 48k currently. We're projected to lose a lot of money this season. I'm not really sure why, where the expenditure comes from. Staff wages and ground maintenance mainly, and we're not really making that much money. So, the team for today then, this is the tactic that we are going to try our best to stick to. If not, I do have a 4-4-2 being trained in the background, because sometimes you just need to go back to basics. We have goalkeeper in Joe Mazzara, very good goalkeeper. Curtis Watkins, Ryan Evans, Sylvain Kisitu, someone I signed, and Johnny Lynch as left back. I will go through the transfers just in a sec. Ryan Newman as a deep line playmaker and Troy Greening as a Carrilero. And then Kane McLagan on the right, Macaulay Southam behind the striker, and Sam Jones on the left. We really need a better left winger, but we just don't have any. And Reece James is up front. So we look at the transfers. We have bought in a few players, and we are looking to bring in a few more. But it's one of them where your scouts are so terrible that it tells you they're really good players, and actually they're pretty average. This guy, a lot of them have just got really good potential, but they're not good right now. And they're all fairly young as well. You can see here the potential ability on some of these players really high. This guy especially, Max Penk. But he's 24, and I need good players now. I don't need players that are going to be really good in 10 years' time. So that's the team for today. And very standard team instructions as well. I don't want to overcomplicate things, because, well, we should be winning this game against Caerau Ely. If we lose, I'll be slightly worried. So this video should be coming out on release day. It should be, but I'm playing it on the beta right now just to make sure I can get one. I can get a video out on the day, purely because I'm actually away at the Wales-France game, so I'm going to miss release day of, well, full release day of Football Manager. So here we go then, the first game of the competitive season against Caerau Ely, and we are the team's kickoff. I need to sort out all my settings here. Key highlights, between highlights, fast, very fast. Here we go. Right, we're ready to hopefully beat Caerau Ely, and we'll see how our squad works and see how our tactics work out, and see if the players suit them. See, we've already had a few attacks down below. Caerau Ely with no attacks so far, and there's been, oh, now if they have one first shot on goal after 10 minutes, not on target. I mean, we should be dominant in the game. We have got a lot of, Ryan Evans has been booked early on. We have had a lot of possession for us so far, but we've not had any attacks. There's not even been a single highlight, which is a little bit worrying. There we go, first highlight. Kisitu with the ball, gives it to Watkins, up to Newman, out wide to McLagan. He's got a bit of space, crosses it into the box, and the goalkeeper comes and collects it. Fair play, that was a very dramatic dive there by Kendall. In the Welsh Premier League, I will know most of the names, but for Caerau Ely, I have no idea. These probably aren't even real players. Reece James loses the ball, Rusco gives it to Ballantyne. He hoofs it up, and Gray is through on goal here. Nice interception by Lynch. And Massara with it now. Big kick up, or a huge kick upfield actually. Reece James doesn't win the header, but Greening's got it now with Newman. Up to Southam. Macaulay Southam, our best player. Into Reece James. And it's 1-0. 33 minutes gone. Macaulay Southam with a lovely ball through. Defence splitting pass there. Spots the run of Reece James. Slight question of offside. And it's a really good finish by James to make it 1-0 after 33 minutes. The first real chance in this game. And there's another one here. Watkins with the throw. The big throw up. McLagan wins the header. Newman to Southam to Greening. Gives it out wide to Jones. Not really suited to that position, but unfortunately he's going to have to play there. Newman now out wide to McLagan. Over the top to James. He's through again. Through on goal and finishes it. I was praising the goalkeeper just now for a really good collection from that cross. But he's just been awful since then, really. Newman out wide to McLagan, and the ball over the top here is absolutely inch perfect. James through on goal, takes a touch, and he's basically already rounded the goalkeeper. and it's 2-0. We scored 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes. We could actually get another one here. It could be a hat-trick for Reece James. Macaulay Southam up to James. Gives it back to Southam. Southam spots the run of McLagan. James. Oh, and he's put it wide. That was a fantastic chance for his hat-trick there. Could have been a 9-minute hat-trick. I think that would have been, if actually less than that probably. We scored our first goal on the 33rd minute, bang on almost. That would have been a 6-minute hat-trick for Reece James. Would have been pretty impressive. Been a good performance so far. I'm very happy with how things are going. And we'll get straight back out there for the second half. So this is a competition that I did kind of target as something we could win, but the fact that we've drawn TNS in the next round, I was kind of hoping they would lose to someone, and we wouldn't have to play them. But I suppose if we beat them, then we've got every chance of winning this competition. Oh, there's a highlight here. I was going to make a tactical change. Corner comes in, Reece with it, and finally falls to Mazzaro. A little bit of a scramble there. The ball goes up. Macaulay Southam's in acres of space. There's space out wide for McLagan, but he can't quite find him. And Charlton picks up the ball. He hoofs it up. And Gray's through on goal. And I don't know where the defence were there, but Niall Gray has pulled one back for Caraili with probably, I think it might have been their first chance, their first shot on goal. Charlton just hoofs it up. And our defence is absolutely nowhere to be seen. I think it was Kazitu that was just ball watching there. And it's not their first shot. But we probably should be winning this a little bit more comfortable than we are. Evans not had the best game. We'll bring on Jarman instead. Southam, I'd have said Southam was doing better than a 6.8. We can't really swap Sam Jones for anyone. And we'll bring off Newman for Dorian. And we'll see, just to get some fresh legs on that for the last 20 minutes. Might bring off, we've got a really thin squad. And it's quite difficult. Like wingers wise, like we have nothing outside the first team. So I'm trying to bring in some wingers because we really struggle. I hope we don't concede here now. Kendall with the big kick up. We should win that header. Joe Lynch wins it. I think it's Joe Lynch. Johnny Lynch actually. Watkins on the ball now. Hoofs it up. There's space for TJ Nagy. Can't quite get on to the end of the ball there. End of the through ball. We've won the header here. McLagan loses it, and Gray's through on goal. Oh, we've conceded a second. Right, this is not the performance we were looking. Not the confidence-boosting performance we were looking for in our first competitive game. 5 minutes to go, and where it's 2-2. I don't know if it goes to extra time or a replay. I think it goes to extra time. Yeah. Right. If we actually lose this, then I'll be really disappointed. I'm going to have to give them an aggressive. Okay. They didn't appreciate that. But how have we conceded 2 goals to a team in the division below? That's really annoying. And the team is amateur as well, which is really annoying because I can't offer anyone money. TJ Nagy, though, through on goal. It's a good tackle by Williams there. I thought we would be down as semi-pro, but obviously not. And it might take a season, or might not be able to get semi-pro at all. Southern with it now, Kisitu. And nothing comes of that attack. So defensively, we've been an absolute shambles, which is not what I want because I'm trying to build a solid defensive unit like Barry do in real life. Mazzaro with the goal kick now. Big hoof up the pitch. Rusco wins the header to Barrow. Oh my god, if we lose this. Barrow, nice interception by Kazitu. TJ Nagy could get on the end of it. He does. He's got to finish it surely. Oh, and he shoots straight at the goalkeeper. Maybe if I'd have kept Reece James on, that would have been game, set and match. And the corner goes in and no one really reaches it. Doesn't beat the first man. That was a fantastic opportunity there to take the lead in extra time. Another chance here though. Watkins with a throw to Dorian. And to Watkins. It's cleared away and it's going to be a counter-attack. Gray's through again. Oh no, please no. Oh, he scored. Niall Gray has scored. We're losing to Kyrie Ely of all teams. A team we should be absolutely battering. And we're losing. It's not good. He scored a hat-trick against us. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, we're going to have to go attacking now. Run at defence. Get stuck in. Higher tempo. More closing down. We've made all our subs as well. How are we losing to this? Jesus Christ, we're going to get battered in the league if this happens. I don't know. The board haven't told me what they want from the league as well. I haven't had my expectations review things. I don't really know what they want. Rusco with a throw in now. If they score again, it's going to be game over. It goes over the top and they're through again. What's wrong? What? Every ball over the top has just gone straight through. This has been an absolute nightmare start. Rusco with a throw-in to Reese, to Gray, who's been a thorn in our side. We please win the ball back and launch a counter-attack. Jones to Greening, to TJ Nagy. Into, oh, that's an awful pass. And it's an awful tap. Ball over the top, and Gray's in again. And he misses this time. What is wrong with our team? The ball just goes over the top straight away, and they're in. That's just it. We can't do anything. TJ Nagy's been awful since he came on. And we're going to end up losing here. Unless we could score here. And we got a penalty. Right. Come on. Save our blushes. Take it to penalties. And please score this. If he misses. Oh my god, if he misses. Who's even taking it? Troy Greening. Come on. Please. Score it. Big man. Save us. Save our blushes. Troy Greening. Steps up. He scores. Right, okay. Where we might not actually lose in normal time. But it still could go to penalties, which is not what we want at all. Oh my god, right, let's go to penalties. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, how has this ended up on penalties? This is the first time I've actually had a penalty shootout in this game. Greening, the first one to step up. He's just scored a penalty. Can he score another one? Yes. Okay, 1-0 up. Charlton with the first penalty for Kyra Ely. Steps up. Scores. TJ Nagy now, who has had an awful appearance in the last 30 minutes in the game, steps up from the penalty spot and sticks with his awful performance and misses. Reese now steps up. If we save it, it's okay. It's back to normal. Reese and scores. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. Dorian with a penalty. Oh my god. Please score. Please, Dorian. Yes, right, he scored. Just save this one. Just save it and we're back on level terms. Barrow steps up. Oh, we've missed. He scored. I mean, we haven't missed. Jones, we could miss here, though. If we miss here, it's game over. We've scored. We have to save this penalty, I think. Yeah, Williams steps up. TJ Nagy could be the one that loses us this game. Williams, and he's missed. Right, okay. Sudden death. Watkins steps up, our best player. And he's obviously going to miss now, isn't he? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, why? What is going on? Please, please don't let him score. Please don't let him score. Mazzaro, step up, big man, and save this penalty. I don't know why this was taking so long. Rusco steps up. Eventually, we'll get there. And scores. Oh, we've lost a completely. Oh my god. That's awful. That's absolutely awful. That is terrible. Carelli were 20-1 to win that game. That's embarrassing. Oh right, they thought. Oh right, they thought that's a terrible start. Can I say sorry? Oh shit! No, I'm pissing everyone off. Oh no. I have to apologize. Oh god. No way. Oh god, they hated my team talk. Oh, and I've pissed off Kane McLagan, who is one of the only influential players we have. But the first episode then of the Welshman's journey, I hope that is not how it's going to go throughout the whole season. We've lost to Kyra Ely. An absolutely shocking performance. But, well, it wasn't shocking the first half. We were brilliant. And then we've managed to concede 3 goals. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that's not the start we wanted from this career, this hopefully successful career. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you have any tips or comments, please leave a comment down below. I'll see you again.